Welcome to the Whole Lotta Woman Podcast, where we explore, explain, and discuss what makes us a whole lot of women in today's society. I created the Whole Lotta Woman brand to embrace the 4 traits that I feel make someone a whole lot of woman in today's world, and those are beauty, brain, strength, and standards. We'll be covering a variety of topics from relationships to real estate. If you would like to join this sisterhood, please subscribe, share with a friend, and stay tuned for more.
I won't be defined, stars are aligned. What's for me is mine. I'm a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of. I've been refined, beauty's divine. All things in God's time. I'm a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of woman. This for all my women, 'cause you're a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of woman. This for all my women, 'cause you're a whole lot of woman.
Welcome to episode 13 of the Whole Lotta Woman Podcast. I am your host, Nakita Shontel, and this week we are talking about dating standards, specifically focusing on the vetting process and some things to focus on and keep an eye out for. In my opinion, I feel like the vetting process is the most important part of the dating process because that determines who your husband or your baby daddy is going to end up being. Okay, so you never know how things are going to turn out. But before we get into that, I do want to ask you, like I always do, to please leave me a review on whatever platform you're listening on. It helps people to find my podcast, and it helps to grow the Whole Lotta Woman community. So I really appreciate that. And you can leave a voice note as well by hitting the message button on the website page. So just hit the message button. It'll let you leave a voice note. And I do want to thank everyone that has already left me a review. And thank you to everybody who has tuned into the show. I really, really appreciate you. We are growing. And I just want to let you know it takes all of y'all to make the Whole Lotta Woman community. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And if there are any topics that you want to hear covered, make sure you can leave a voice note for that as well. So if you don't want it played, just say it in the note. But let me know what you think. Send a shout out. Tune in this Wednesday for the Whole Lotta Woman of the Week to see who the highlight is going to be. The last Whole Lotta Woman of the Week was Ashley Wingate. I will put her interview in the show notes as well. And last but not least, check out the Live Narc Free series that I'm doing with the narc abuse coach, Joy Larkin. We're educating you all on narcissists and how to recognize their tactics so you guys can be informed, be educated, and be aware. Okay, so you can recognize when somebody trying to play you, because 9 times out of 10, you've come across a narcissist in your life. If not in your family, dating, work, friend group, you've dealt with somebody that was probably a narcissist or had a lot of narcissistic tendencies or, ways about them. You might have just thought they was weird or mean or something like that, but this series will help educate you and help you put a name to it, help you recognize when somebody is trying to play you. Okay, so now that we got that out the way, let's get into the show. Okay, so to start it off, I want to break this up into 2 parts. I want to break it up into the before meeting someone vetting process and the vetting process after you meet someone. So to start off, the before you meeting someone part of your vetting process is, what type of person are you looking for? Do you know? And I say this because you need to be clear of what you want as well as what you don't want. A lot of times, we say, because we come out the last relationship, well, I don't want to do this, going to do this. I don't want somebody that's going to do this. But what do you actually want? So that way you can recognize it. Have you thought about where this type of person hangs out? Do you go to those places? Do you make yourself available? And why are you interested in this type of person? And I say this because I want you to be clear with yourself and actually put thought into it. Otherwise, how are you going to be able to recognize it? So it's not something you got to explain to everybody, but have an understanding for yourself. So when you are out and about, you can easily spot somebody that's your type or your ideal, candidate or partner or something like that. Now, what you also need to consider when you thinking about or figuring out what type of person you want, is this type of person good for your level up journey? Okay? And I say that because everybody ain't good for you, and sometimes we had this type of dude that we're used to dating, or the ideal kind of dude, and that was the dude from our past. If you're trying to level up, is that the type of dude you want to take or will allow you to level up? Because some type of people will keep you in the gutter, just to be honest. And for example, like the bad boys or the hood dudes, I think a lot of women, we go through our phase where we've dated a hood dude. Even some of the sweetest girls I know have dated hood dudes. So that's something, or that's a type of guy, a type of person you might have to let go for your level up, because they're not going to be beneficial to you. It's like they may seem exciting in the beginning until some real stuff go down. It's exciting when you get in your bags and stuff like that, but when this man got to go to jail, or you get caught up in a shootout, or you with him and y'all get robbed, or he get robbed, end up in the hospital, it just get too real for what your life is used to. It's gonna switch up stuff real fast. And how can you level up if you got somebody that's going to jail and getting shot at and putting you at risk all the time? So think about that. And another thing is, hood dudes be having chicks. They be having a little stable of women. You can be the main, but a lot of times you're not the only. No matter how good of a girl you are or how much he loves you, you still might not be the only one. And so hood dudes, a lot of times, they hard to trust out of your sight. You can't trust them far you could throw them. Okay, like once you blink, you can't trust that man. Okay, so that's the thing about hood dudes. And when it comes to that good girl bad boy dynamic, it usually means he sleeping with hood rats whenever you're not around, because they are available, and that's just what it is. You got to think about it. If you the good girl and you don't get to go out to every party, and you got to go to practice, or you got to go straight home after work, this dude going to kickbacks, his homeboys meeting girls off Tinder and they got friends. So it's so many different scenarios that this dude has to come into contact with other girls when your good little self is somewhere put away. And you're not going to find out about it because you don't move in these circles. My first boyfriend was a hood dude, and I was the good girl. And I tell you, my junior year of high school, I used to hear something about this boy every day when I went to school, and the boy did not go to my school. Okay, like he did not. To the point where I'm on the bus and it was this girl, and I remember she was just talking. Girls just be talking out loud on the bus. He was riding in a car behind the bus. And she was just saying, she was like, oh, who is that? Oh, that's so-and-so. Oh, yeah, I was talking to him on the phone the other day. And I was at his grandma's house chilling. She just talking. And I'm just letting her talk, She didn't know I go with him. And so she talking about how they done talked on the phone, how she done been in his grandma's house chilling and all this kind of stuff. And where was I at? In the house. Because I couldn't just be all out and about like that. I was the good girl. And then, on the other hand, you got these girls that's into the scammers. So he might not be a hood dude, but he might be a scammer. And that, like I said, seems exciting when he buying you the name brand purses and y'all going on shopping sprees and y'all going out to, 5-star meals and stuff like that. But this the one that can get you locked up with him. Or he could just get you locked up. You never know. Like, I feel like personally, you might go to jail faster dealing with a scammer than with a hood dude. Because hood dude, you probably going to go to jail if y'all get caught with something. You know what I'm saying? In the car, oh, take this charge for me, babe. But with a scammer, baby, you're walking in them banks. It's you doing that federal stuff. Because when you play with them banks, that's no joke. You know what I'm saying? And like, he could be so good at it that he got you thinking it's cool, and he got you actually doing all the moves. He got you breaking all the laws, and his name and face ain't really on nothing, and you so green to it that you don't even know what you're putting yourself into. You really, really don't. And I just want to say, If a dude asks you who you bank with, run. Run fast as you can. Don't think that this man is here for you to come up. If he asking you who you bank with, he's trying to scam you. Baby, it's not y'all gonna get some money off of. You're not gonna get 300. You're not gonna get 500. You're not gonna get a band. You're not gonna get none of that, baby. You're not. He's gonna block you. Okay, like that's all you're gonna get is blocked. And a lot of girls get messed up because you think, oh, because he done talked you up, and you think because you his trap queen or whatever that he not gonna scam you. He will scam you even if you're the last person he scam on the way out. But before that, let's scam all your friends. Let's do this. Let's do that. The other people I'm scamming, I still got you with me while I'm doing it, or I got you doing it. But hey, who your girls bank with? Where your homegirl work at? Oh, your homegirl work at the bank? Oh, that's what's up. We can get her in on this. I'm gonna have my people go to her line. Like, do not get caught up in that. Do not, because baby, don't play with them banks. Do not play with them banks. You really trying to get some Fed time, and I'm pretty sure that you're not built for it. Nobody wants to go to the Feds at all. Period. And be cautious of what information you have around these kind of people. Like, even if that man is not asking you to scam or asking you to scam your homegirls or put your homegirls on, don't be leaving your wallet, your ID, credit cards, debit cards, none of that stuff around these type of people, because they could take a picture of your card. He don't have to steal your card physically. He doesn't. And they could take a picture of it and do what they got to do. These people, them scammers, they know how to make debit cards. So they don't need yours. They just need the information. It's stuff out here that y'all wouldn't even, me too. Like, we can't even imagine because we're not scammers. It's technology out here that's crazy. Okay. So you got to protect yourself. Don't be stupid. I just saw a story time on YouTube, and I'm going to put the link in the show notes too, about this girl that she ended up dating a scammer, and like she didn't know he was a scammer, I don't think, but she said she left her wallet at the table when she went to the bathroom. When she came back, she didn't look in her wallet immediately, but when she looked in it after a little bit, she could see all her cards was pushed all the way up. Basically, he had looked at all her cards. Come to find out, he had took pictures of her card, all her card information. He didn't scam her while they was getting along, but once they broke off, he tried to scam her credit card. But because she had already kind of peeped game, she had, took precautions to make it known if he did. I think she made it in a way that only her credit cards will, they'll flag it some kind of way. But either way, she knew when he tried. But like I said, he didn't do it while they was getting along and cool. But as soon as they fell out, yeah, you a victim. And these are manipulative, cold-hearted people, y'all. So don't think because y'all got along so well when y'all was cool that, oh no, but he wouldn't do that. I mean, I know he be scamming, but I don't think he'll do me like that. Girl, people would do you like that. People would do you bad out here. The people you would least expect would do you the worst, because you leaving yourself open to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't guarded like you would with a stranger. You done let your whole guard down. This man done seen your social security card. He done seen your ID. You leaving everything around, pay stubs, all that kind of stuff. Like, y'all gotta be smart about this. And I'm saying this because I was scammed before. And the thing is, it wasn't by a dude that I was talking to, but it was through a friend of mine. Okay, my friend came one day and he asked me, could I cash a check for him because his account was overdrawn. And because this is my friend. Now, he also had brought this dude around that I've never met before or nothing like that. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll do it for you, And I couldn't do it that day because it was a Saturday and the bank had closed already. But I ended up cashing that check for my friend. And my account ended up being overdrawn $1,500. You know what I mean? And then the worst part is that my paycheck hit that day. So it took my whole paycheck. my whole paycheck. That means my car note, my rent, all that stuff. And it was not pretty. It was not pretty. Like, I couldn't even tell my parents. I'm cussing out the people about my car note when they calling me about the note. I'm mad. I'm stressed out because I just been scammed. So I'm like, I don't have no money. I don't have none. So I finally had broke down and told my aunts. But don't think people won't scam you. Don't think your closest friend won't. It's girls that they best friends done scammed them. Even if it wasn't on purpose, but their best friend done got caught up with a dude and that pillow talk and they believe in everything the dude say and he telling them, no, it's cool. I know this and I got it covered like this. We gonna come up. Your homegirl gonna get some money. Now she done talked you into it too and made it sound real good to you and she actually don't even know nothing. She don't know what she talking about. She is repeating the script that he gave her to give you. Okay? Both of y'all finna be shot. Both of you. So, please, protect yourself. Protect your assets. And don't fall for that fast talk. So, the thing about this dude. So, I was scammed through my friend. But the dude he brought around. So, basically, he had me understanding that the dude had gave him the money and he needed me to cash the check, right? And so between that Saturday when I was supposed to cash the check and the Monday when I actually did, I was just hanging around him. This dude is talking about how he don't wear the same stuff twice and he just take off his clothes and throw them away. And, oh, I'm about to call it. I'm about to order some stuff from Nordstrom. You want some stuff? Asking me did I want Prada heels. Like, it was just a lot. And it's like, my gut, every time that boy called me, because the play was like he was trying to holler at me. But I didn't really understand that play because you came around through my gay homeboy. So, if anything, I thought y'all was talking. Why you trying to act like you want to holler at me? You know? So, but it was just the way he was trying to do it. And see, the thing is, he tried to he deposited another check in my account. So, Saturday, like I said, I was supposed to cash the check, couldn't. Sunday, he decides he got so much money, he want to give me $5,000. He just want to give it to me, because I'm cute, I guess. Okay, so, let's go deposit a check in your account. All right. So that Monday, like I say, the dude come back around, can you cash the check for your homeboy? But I'm going to bring it up there. I'm calling my homeboy, he not answering. So I cashed the check because I thought this is what you had asked me to do the other day. I'm still going off of what my homeboy, my trusted friend, asked me to do. So boom, do that. Then gave this boy $1,500. Okay, it was either $1,000 or $1,500, and that Tuesday, now mind y'all, that $5,000 check went in on Sunday. Tuesday, I got, first the boy, he called me. The same boy that gave me the $5,000 for being cute, saying that, I need money for something, but my money is tied up. Can you give me 4,000 of the 5, and then I'll give you 6,500 back. And so I was like, let me check. Now, I did wise up as much as that, but what I did know was I said, hold on. This was too much going on with my activity going on with my bank account. My bank account at the time was used to having what my paycheck amount at the time was $700-800, and then that's gonna be gone quick. And so I done cashed a $1,500 check. I done deposited $5,000. You want me to pull out for? It was just too much action for me, And thank goodness my homegirl worked at the bank that I banked with, right? So I'm telling her, no, before I told her. So he asked me for that. So then my homeboy that's trying to scam me, he calls me talking about, girl, you better pull that money out before it's gone. And I'm like, wait a minute, what you mean? And he was like, I was like, where is it gonna go? He was like, I don't know, I'm just saying you better pull out before it be gone. I was like, well, no, if it's gonna go somewhere, I need it to be there to be gone. Like, you not telling me nothing. What are you talking about before it be gone? Like, what do you mean? Somebody told me I was getting $5,000. Why? Now I got the boy asking me for it back. Now I got you blowing me up. This is all in one day though. Okay. So then, the let me see, the next day, this girl that I just met through my homeboy, the same homeboy that's trying to scam me, she's calling my phone, telling me, so girl, you better pull that money out before it be gone. First of all, who are you? Who are you? I don't know you like that. I definitely don't know you enough for you to call me and be telling me what to do with my money. I'm stressed out at this point because I didn't ask for this money. Now everybody is blowing me up about this daggone money. Like, what is going on? So I called my homegirl that work at the bank. I'm like, girl, I don't know what's going on. I said, the dude gave me $5,000. I put it in the bank. Da da da. And so I was like, look at my account or whatever. And she was like, well, I don't see nothing right now. And I was like, okay. So let me see. The next day, I'm at work, minding my business. And I remember my homeboy, he basically starts texting me and blowing me up about how I owe him $2,500. And I'm like, what you mean? I was like, what do I owe you $2,500 for? He told me, because the money in your account, we had a deal. Da-da-da. I was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? The money is in my account because the boy gave me $5,000 for being cute. Okay? Then he starts going on about how I need to give him $2,500 because he put me on to the dude. And I'm thinking like, no, that's not how it works. If you hook me up with a dude that got money, every time he gives me money don't mean I got to give you half the money. It just means you hook me up with a dude that got money. Like, that's not how this works. Are you pimping me? What is going on, y'all? I was so green, y'all. I was like 21. So green. Did not understand what's going on. So he texted me like he won't beef my homeboy. My trusted homeboy. Like, he won't beef. Mind you, he was at my house at the time. Like, because my roommate was home. So I'm at work like, all right, wait till lunchtime. I'm blowing up the text and stuff like that. Because I'm like, what is going on? Y'all been weirding me out all week about this money. Now you trying to act like I owe it to you. Now, the other day you were telling me I need to pull it out before it be gone. Now you telling me I better give you $2,500. What's going on? So I remember I was like, oh, wait till lunchtime, because I stayed 2 minutes from my job. Soon as I went on lunch, I hopped in my car. I went straight to the house. I remember busting up in the house like, what's up? What you talking about? I owe you $2,500. Now I guess I came with a lot of energy because he piped down real fast. Well, no, calm down. And I'm like, nah, what? Like, so we got into a little argument or whatever. That was Thursday, y'all. Friday. My homegirl calls me that morning and say she had checked my account and was like, that check was bad. The $5,000 check was bad, but all you got is a $35 return check fee. I was like, all right, cool. I can deal with that. Boom. I get off work that day, y'all. I go to get some Chinese food. Card declined. I mean, the food ain't but $15. I just got paid today. I know I got at least $700 in this bank account because I got paid today. Y'all, I checked my account and that's when it was negative 780 something because it took my whole check it hit. Y'all, if y'all ever been scammed, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. The way your heart and your stomach sink. Like, it's no way to describe it because it's just like, it take the wind out of you because it's just like, what am I going to do? Because all you thinking about is all your bills and what happened and how did this happen? I can't believe this happened. And I'm looking at my homeboy. Mind you, I was with my homeboy because he worked with me. So I was like, my joint declined. I checked the thing, y'all. So I look at him and say, I'm telling him my account is negative, all this money. He don't have nothing. Oh, that ain't got nothing to do with him. So when I had the $5,000 in my account, I owed you $2,500. But now that I'm negative because of this check you told me that was supposed to be for you that I cashed on your behalf, that you're not at fault for that. You're not at fault. I'm telling y'all, you got to keep your eyes open. You can't trust that a friend won't stab you in the back when it comes to something like that. It's sad, but it's true. And that's not good. It's not good. And It might be fun in the beginning, y'all, but it's not going to be good for your level up journey in the end. It's really not. Please be aware, if you get somebody who all of a sudden is one, especially if they give you money and then all of a sudden they need it back before it's actually cleared, like if it's on a check, like I said, this is scamming, so it's bank. Y'all got to understand, it takes certain amount of time for stuff to process with the bank. Soon as you put a check in, it might give you $100 available, but if that check come back bad, they're taking that $100 out your account. So if somebody give you a certain amount of money, then all of a sudden they need you to take it back out, but they're gonna give you more, don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. I do like I do. I kept lying, and see, the thing is, when they kept saying pull the money, I kept saying, oh, it ain't cleared yet, it ain't clear yet. And the thing is, in my account, I could see it. It looked like it had cleared. I could have pulled it out, but that Friday when it actually finished processing, my account would have been down 6,500, y'all. So I'm blessed that I had enough sense to know, like, no, I ain't messing with this 5K like that. I ain't messing. And see, the thing is, my friend, he ended up doing another friend of ours like that, scamming her, and and she worked at the bank at the time, at a different bank, and she got a call from the feds. The feds called her from her bank, and she had to go on this whole payment, had to pay a whole bunch right then, and then go on a payment plan. Like, almost ruined her life. Like, the feds don't play, y'all. Yeah, so don't fall for that fast talk. Don't fall for the we gonna get this bread and it's gonna be cool. It work. I've been doing this. Or you see how they living, so you think you gonna do it the same way. Watch out for somebody that got a whole bunch of gift cards. If they got a whole bunch of different debit cards and it's not in their name, you can see it even down to when if they paying for the meal, you can see if they sign their name or somebody else's name. If you out with John Smith and he signed the receipt for the dinner as Shantae Johnson, that's not him. You know, like, that's not his card, boo. And you don't want to get caught up in no kind of accessory, no kind of charges, nothing like that. You don't know if the feds is watching people, and you ain't trying to be on there. You're not trying to be on there. And if you ashamed to tell people the type of person you dating or what you got going on or what you're doing with somebody, it's because it's wrong. That's why you scared to say something, or ashamed, because you know it's wrong, and we not moving like that no more. You know, we all been young, dumb, made mistakes, but you gotta learn. You gotta try to learn from other people's mistakes. You don't have to date a scammer and get scammed to learn the lesson. Listen to what I just told you. Get on YouTube. There's plenty of girls that got scammed all kind of ways. Through their best friends, through their boyfriends. I've had, when I did social work, this is another scam you got to watch out for. It's not in dating, but them fake jobs. When you be getting them jobs and they tell you, you got to cash the check and then buy the equipment, then send them back a check and do this, that's a scam. That's not how jobs work. It's not. You're going to get scammed. I had a client that caught a felony like that because she had one of them jobs and they told her she could only cash it at like some gas station. And it might have been like the hood gas station. And the feds got him. She caught a felony. She didn't know that was illegal, but at the end of the day, her actions were illegal. So it don't matter if you knew. Ignorance of the law is not an excuse. Okay, and the next thing you want to ask yourself is, have you ever dated this type of person before? And I say that because you don't want to repeat toxic cycles by just dating the same type of guy over and over. Just because it's a different guy doesn't mean he's better. So make sure you keep an eye open for the new person's red flags as well. Don't just get caught up in making sure they're different than the last. Because I know as women, sometimes we do that. We just making sure they so much better than the last dude that we dated that we not looking at the actual flaws that this person has. So different is not always better. So think about that. And think about your past relationships. Is there a pattern with you? Like, do you always date hood dudes, co-workers, married men? You know, just be honest with yourself for real. And just think about it. You don't have to report it to me, so, or anybody else. So, do you have a pattern, and how has that worked out for you in the past? So if it hasn't worked out, let's try something different. And what info do you ask before you actually meet people? So of course we ask the basics like where they from, the hobbies, but that's not helping you actually vet a person. So it's like you need to subtly gather info that'll help you decide if you are wasting your time or not. And so stuff like what are their living conditions? Who do they live with? Do they pay bills and have free will in their home? So it's one thing if he got his own place and got himself together, but if he lived with his mama, do she still control him? Can he have girls in the house? I mean, because it's different age groups out here. So I understand, young adults, some might still live with their parents. But is it like you 16 living with your mama, or is like, okay, she treats you like a grown up with respect? So that's different, because I'm not finna be sneaking in and out of your mama house like we kids and having to be quiet and stuff like that. If they have children, are they an active parent? Are they just a financial parent, or are they a deadbeat? You need to figure out which one, because it got to be one of the three: a active or a deadbeat, or just financial. Because some people think long as they send that check, that's all that matters, but that's still depriving the kid of a parent, because the kid don't know about money. Yeah, they getting stuff, but they want a father figure. They want a parent. Just like some of their friends have parents, they want them too. And do they actively participate if in their kids' lives, or attempt to? Now, every parenting relationship is not the same, and everyone is not easy, but make sure that person at least tries to be in their kid's life as much as possible. If they talking about they ain't seen their kid in I don't know how many years, have they went to court at least? Like, what have you done? Do you call the kids? Do y'all FaceTime? You just gonna have the story of loving your kids, but you ain't did nothing, or their mama don't let me see them. But it's laws out there. You got rights, so I can't just take that excuse of, oh, I got a kid in Jersey, but then you ain't been to Jersey in 5-6 years. Or when you did go to Jersey, you didn't see the kid. Because I know some people like that, I know of a dude that he'll go, when his child comes to town, she's not a priority. And when he goes to town, she's goes to her city, she's not a priority. And sometimes he goes to her city and don't let her or her mama know he's there, because he said that time is for him. It's like, bro, you only see her 5 times a year. You know what I mean? Like, but different people have different priorities, and it's sad but true. So make sure you vet what type of parent they are if they do have kids. And can they keep a job? That's very important. That's something you'll have to figure out, I guess, over time. You can kind of figure it out through conversation. If they talk about different places they work, how long you work there? Oh, how long did you work there? Why you leave there? So just throw it in. That's why I say you got to be subtle with it. Figure out how to bring that kind of stuff up in conversation. Man, and told you he 21 and had 57 jobs in the past 3 years. That don't sound like you can keep a job. Why did you lose the job? Oh, you like to cuss bosses out. Oh, you like to be late. Oh, you don't respect authority. Find that out, because if you go long term with somebody like that, you might end up being a breadwinner, because they're showing you they don't have stability. They don't see a need for it, and you're not going to teach them that. And I told y'all before, we not raising people kids out here. So I'm not trying to teach you how to go to work on time and have respect and hold your tongue. You supposed to be grown. You supposed to know that by the time I come around. Because if you disrespect the boss, you probably disrespect me too at some point. So make sure you check to see if they kind of self-sustained. Somebody that pays for their own bills, can get themselves to and fro as they need to. Like I said, they can hold down a job. If it's recreation things they want to do, they can afford it. If they have hobbies or habits, they can afford those. When I say that, I mean don't be borrowing money for cigarettes all the time till you get paid. Buying you these shoes or paying your bill because you done bought the shoes and now you can't pay your phone bill. Just get somebody that knows how to hold himself down the same way you hold yourself down. And be mindful and watch out if they're like very critical or judgmental of others, because if that's somebody you actually get into a relationship with, it's gonna be hurtful when they start judging or criticizing all the people in your family. And I'm talking about those people that's just better than everybody. They talk about your friends, why you hang with them, they make you look bad, you need to be like this, you need to carry yourself like this is why I do this. They just hold themselves to such a high pedestal, everybody is below them, because that's gonna get real old real fast. And make sure you with somebody that can hold a conversation, because life ain't gonna just be doing TikToks or going on dates and stuff. When you sitting there at the table on the date, what are y'all talking about? When y'all sitting in the house just chilling, what are y'all talking about? When y'all on the phone, what are y'all talking about? Is it love and hip hop? Is it just pop culture? Is it rap? I've had a dude that could only talk to me about what the drugs is they talk about in the rap songs. Can't hold no real conversation. That led to me realizing he didn't know how to dress for interviews, bombing interviews. It was just, they showed me his whole mentality. It was just a full circle situation. So think about that. Make sure you can hold a conversation as well. But yeah, somebody you can talk to, because that's where the longevity is going to come in. You got to be able to want to deal with each other and be around each other without it being an activity, somebody spending money. Just being able to enjoy each other genuinely. You want to deal with somebody that has emotional intelligence. You don't want to be with somebody who can treat you a certain type of way, but then don't understand why your emotions are the way they are if they treat you bad and you crying, or they don't understand why you need quality time. I've been there before. Like, the person lived with me, but every free moment they got, they wanted to go hang out with their boys. So it's just like, dang, when am I gonna get some time? And he was like, well, we together every day. And I'm like, bruh, me seeing you or us watching TV or eating dinner between the time we get off work and the time we go to bed, that's not the same. And he couldn't understand. I don't know if he didn't want to or what, but he just couldn't understand that. I was like, that's not the same as quality time. I said, I don't want to be your time by default because you live here. I want some of your time when you're free and you want to have fun, not us going eating dinner, watching a few shows and going to bed. I want to hang out with you out the house. But no, you so quick to run to the bar, run to your boys. So, and you just don't get it. You don't understand why I'm hurt when you cheat on me or do something like that and then tell me I can't dwell on it. You don't give me no closure. You don't want to talk about it. It's like, how you gonna tell me don't dwell on it? We ain't get started. You ain't explained yourself. You ain't gave me no understanding. Talking about dwelling, I just found out 5 minutes ago you was talking to the girl. And I'm asking, how did this happen? Where she come from? You telling me don't dwell on it? And if I can't get past that, you'll just leave because you want to play that game with me that I don't want you to leave. I just want to know why you doing me like this. So, not trying to go through those cycles. It's not fun, y'all. And let's see, are they overly aggressive or like push you to do things you don't want to do? And I'm not talking about trying new activities. I'm talking about, like, I remember I met this man or whatever, and I went to see him on my lunch break. Like, he was at the restaurant down the street from my job, so I stopped by there on my lunch break. And he was like eating a fish platter or something like that, like a salmon dinner or something. And he was like, oh, you should try it. I was like, oh no, I'm good. Number one, I didn't want to try it. Number two, I don't know you like that. I don't want to eat off your plate. I'm not eating off your fork. I don't want to eat off your plate. I just don't. Like, I'm not comfortable with that. And just try it. Just try it. Here. You ain't got to eat off my fork. Like, why you can't just take no? Why it can't just be no? Like, I feel like my niece used to say, stop asking me to do that. Like, stop. Just stop. I don't like that. So if you that pushy on some salmon, I hate to see what else you gonna push me to do that I don't want to do. And let me see, what's the next one I got here? Yeah, do they show controlling tendencies? Like, that's basically what I'm saying. Like, you pushing me to do that on the first time we met. You don't know me like that. And the fact that you have that much audacity, I know if we was locked in, you would really hit the gas and really feel like you got some way to throw your weight around. Mm-mm. And how do they deal with a change of plans or like a difference in opinion? You know, some people, you say, oh, you know, y'all have a date set, something might come up with you, and they whole life cuss you out and tell you, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, well, next time, well, you gonna have to pay, or next time, you know, I won't ask you nowhere, you need to be lucky I even asked you. Just anything. People are weird these days, y'all. They are really, really weird. So watch out how they handle that kind of stuff, because they might take a change in plans as rejection, or it's just because it's not something they're controlling. They can't handle it. So y'all will know, because you'll be like, okay, something came up, or I'm about to do overtime instead. I need to get this bread. And if y'all can't understand that, no. You know, I was talking to my boyfriend yesterday, and because he was saying something about coming over, and I was like, I gotta I gotta record my show, and he was saying, oh, okay, and so we had said that, but then like a couple hours before I got off work, I was like, you coming over? And he was like, babe, you said you had to record your show, and I was like, oh yeah, you right. And so I was thankful for him, because it's like a lot of dudes that I've dealt with in the past, they wouldn't have respected it like that, or they would have felt like they need to be the priority. You could do the show anytime. But I really love how he was like, no, I'm not coming over because you need to do your show, because he really supports my show. You know, I'm new. It's not even a big show. Like, it's not, you know, just starting out. And he supports me so much. And I just really, really appreciated that. So that's the kind of stuff. That's just the difference between putting somebody who puts your priorities, you know, makes something that's serious to you a priority, versus forget your priorities. They need to come first in all aspects, you know. Let me see. Are they mirroring you? You have to watch out for people trying to mirror you in the beginning. Because they do that either to win you over, or to, you know, seem more likable, or to manipulate you. But either way, that's not who they truly are. I've been with somebody in the beginning, and I remember thinking like, dang, they like everything I like. And it's because I was like, oh, where you want to eat? Oh, it's wherever you want to eat. And I'm thinking like, oh, he just cared, like I get to choose, like he cared about me. And it was like, no, because that person ended up manipulating me and switching up and not being nothing like what he showed himself to be in the beginning, because he was mirroring me and love bombing me. So somebody who just they like the same music you like, they got the same styles as you, they like the same movies, everything, and it's because you telling them first. And oh, I like that too. You getting a whole bunch of I like that too. Oh yeah, that's my favorite too. Let them talk first. Let them talk first and say something they like that you haven't said you liked. See who they really are. Because if somebody just everything you like is that's all they like, they hate, they got the same hates as you and the same likes as you, that's not always the case. At least as far as I've come to see. I mean, we're going to have some differences. Like, you can have a lot in common with somebody, but everything in common with somebody, that's not usually how things are. And so, that leads into, like, I say, does it feel like an act or a movie? So it's just like, the person is like either too good to be true, or it's like they're putting it on so thick that you could just see the act. Like I always talk about the guy that I told y'all. I felt like he was trying to act like Morris Chestnut. We sitting here eating and you trying to squint your eyes and look into my eyes and lick your lips, and I wish I could show y'all the way he was holding his hands and wrists, but it was just so weird. Because I remember after the date, I remember calling my homegirl like, I mean, he was cool, but I felt like he was just trying to seduce me. Like, it wasn't subtle. Like, I can actively see your seduction, and it's awkward when it's like that. It's just weird. Let me see. And during this time, you want to also see if the things they say add up. Those stories that they had, like when y'all was on the phone. Oh, yeah, I got this kind of car. When they show up, do they show up in that kind of car? When they said they live alone, but then on the date, or, later on in conversations, they say, oh, my roommate, or my brother, or, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I thought you lived alone. So watch out for those kind of things, because that kind of little stuff, people expose themselves, their mask lips. So keep your eyes open. Don't be like, oh, well, I'm gonna just look past that. No, because it comes to, why did you lie? You don't have to call them out on you, but keep a tab on it, because at the end of the day, why did they lie? So am I about to be engaged with a liar? Am I about to start dating just somebody who lies for no reason? I don't think that's what I want for my next potential partner. So yeah. If I catch you in two, the first one I'm gonna just take a note of it. That second one, I'm gonna listen to the lie, think about the lie, why you lied, all the kind of stuff. But I'm gonna probably fall back from you at this point, because you ain't finna just keep lying to me in the beginning. It's one thing. I ain't talking about just trying to impress me. I'm talking about flat out lies. Flat out lies. Because I don't know what you hiding. I'm too old. I'm not trying to find out months from now. I'm not trying to have nobody come to me as a woman. So, But yeah, that was just a few to get y'all going on. What info to look for and what info to try to gather, during your vetting process, like when you're talking before you actually meet up with the person. Okay, so next is deal breakers. So when you make your list of deal breakers, I want you to split them up between superficial and non-superficial qualities. This way you can keep yourself in check as well. You don't want to just focus solely on superficial things and end up with a shallow person. So just to see where your balance lies, pretty much. Also list why that is the deal breaker for you. That way, as a woman, you want to be able to have logic behind your reasoning. So when someone asks you why is it your deal breaker, you just have a clear answer. So, I like men taller than me because I like to feel like a, petite woman. Whatever your reasoning is, I'm just throwing something out there. But yeah, that's what you should do as far as that. Just know your own reasons behind what you say. This shows you have logic and communication skills. So like I said, somebody asks you why, you can tell them clearly. That shows you have logic, communication, which are both non-superficial traits. So that'll make you more attractive by just knowing what you're talking about and having some sense. Another thing is, I say you can prepare your exit speech, just a generic exit speech, just like a gist of one, ahead of time, of how you would like break it off with a person. And I say this because it might cut back on some of the I don't know what to say anxiety that some people have, like, oh, I don't want to talk to him no, but what I'm supposed to say, you don't have to read them down. That's why I said just have your generic, it's me, it's not you, and shoot that text off, save it in your notes, and fill in the blank with the name as you need to. You don't have to say, like I said, exactly what it was that turned you off, but just be clear that you don't feel any chemistry. Is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being honest. You don't have to be rude, but be honest. And like I said, don't be rude, because people crazy out here. People can't take good rejection, so being rude is not necessary sometimes anyway. So, yeah. Just know what your deal breakers are, know why they're your deal breakers, and be able to clearly state those reasons and stand on them. Okay, now this portion is for after you choose somebody and you ready to get out there and start actually dating. Um, First off, pace yourself. When you put yourself out there, take your time. You don't have to accept every offer that comes to you. You do need to be exclusive, okay? But if you do decide to do online dating, it can start getting overwhelming with the messages and notifications coming in at all times of the day and the night. So take your time, pace yourself. And you don't have to sign up for all the apps at once, or because like I said, the notifications might start driving you crazy, and it might get confusing trying to keep up with who is who and where you met them at, and you don't want to, look like a online dating hoe. So, and it's gonna be a lot of different personalities and opinions coming in all at once, so that could be overwhelming in itself. Like I said, people are weird these days. You got 3 people being nice to you, but 6 people DMing you weird stuff or texting you weird stuff, throwing off your mood for the day because they crazy. So now you being a little short with the nice ones and turning them off. So, pace yourself, use your vetting process properly, and I hope it works out for you. The next thing is, like I always say, the background checks. I mentioned that in the brain segment. So you have to do your research on people you meet. So you need to know what kind of person what kind of risk you may be putting yourself in. So even if you got to ask around, look on the county websites for arrest records. Look on Facebook to see if he or she has been tagged in any of them baby mama, girlfriend, baby shower pics, fiance pictures, anything like that. You got to do your own research if you can't pay for one, And like I told y'all before, you got to do it with the same mindset you would if you already knew something and you was lurking for real. Like you was trying to find out more information on that person. So do your research. Don't go looking. We don't be on each other Facebooks, girl. You better check that Facebook page out. Make sure he ain't tagged in no baby shower posts. He ain't have a baby last week. And observe if they, like I said before, if they take parenthood seriously. A man that puts a woman he just meets off the internet in front of his kids is not a man that you want, because he gonna do that with yours if you guys have kids. Or if he could drop his kids that quick, he'll drop you that quick too, to be honest. Is he gang affiliated? Is he a drug dealer? Just any kind of dangerous lifestyle that you could be putting your life in danger. So that's what I mean by background checks, not necessarily just the real criminal one that you get from the county or with the social security number. I'm talking about his lifestyle, his or her lifestyle. See what they got going on. It's ways to find out. Like I said, ask around. If y'all got mutuals, you know what I'm saying. Observe. If y'all don't, just look on some of their friend stories, like the people they hang out with. Look at their stories and stuff like that, so you can kind of see how they move. He might not be putting everything on his story, but homeboy might be putting him on his story and not have a clue that you would look because you're new. They don't know you exist yet. So, yeah, get you a little burner account and do what you got to do. Okay, so the next thing is be careful what information you divulge about yourself, and also be aware of what info they may be trying to get out of you. So don't confuse normal conversations with somebody trying to study you, but I'm referring to someone that's just like trying to get knowledge out of you that you express that you are not comfortable giving out, like your address, your job location, if you live alone, you know what I'm saying? They asking if you got guns or dogs, like stuff like that. Kind of be aware within conversation of, okay, I don't need to tell you all that, because if things go left, I don't want you to know I got a gun in my house. I just, you try it if you want to, and I'm going to pull it, So, Cause I don't want you. If I tell you I got a gun, then you gonna ask me where I keep it, and I think it's just light conversation. Oh yeah, I keep that thing under my mattress. If somebody come in here, cause I'm talking about a random burglar. No, it might be you. It might be you next week. It might be you next month, and you gonna know where my gun is. No. So, and don't let people know you live alone or come to your house in the beginning, because you are setting yourself up for a stalker. You know, people can stalk you with a roommate, but it's just give yourself an illusion of just having, say, a safety net around you, a support system. And once y'all actually get together and you really know this person and you really trust them, like if you really start dating this person, you could tell them, no, that was my self-defense. They can't get mad at you about lying for protecting yourself for safety. Like, oh no, I just be telling that because people crazy. And the only type of person that would get mad at that is probably a crazy person, or like somebody who don't have sense. Why would somebody who cared, since y'all get together now, somebody that care about you, be mad that you had to protect yourself as a woman in that kind of way? It only makes sense. You don't go around telling everybody, yes, I live alone and I stay on the first floor and I get off work at 12 o'clock at night. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? So, let's see. The next one is, don't let people know your financial status, good or bad. And I say that because if it's a good status, you may be financially abused, or, you know, somebody set themselves up to use you. You just look like a mark. If, you know, they know, oh, she got money, he gonna really be on his best behavior then. You don't want nobody faking it just to get something out of you. And then if it's a bad financial situation, they might start giving you money and then telling you you owe them something for it, and or just trying to use money to control you. You don't want a money bully. So figure out how to help yourself. You know, I remember when I was dating this dude, he had money, but I had just started talking to him, and me and my roommate was broke. We ain't had no juice in the house, and he told me, so you want some money for some juice? I was like, no, I'm gonna get it from Jackie, my roommate at the time. I knew she ain't had no money, but I didn't want to I ain't want to take $5 from him, because I'm not like that with you yet. This is the first time you done came over here to chill. No, I'm not finna be taking no money from you. I'm not sleeping with you yet, so I'm not setting myself up for that. My mom taught me that. She taught me that, you know, you don't take stuff from guys because they're going to always want something in return. So unless you're willing to give them what they want in return, you don't take something from them. And you can't just think people just giving you stuff just to be giving you stuff. You see how I thought the boy was just giving me $5,000 and I almost got scammed. So, see, mama's always right. And let me see. Basically, neither option is good. To be used for your money or to be controlled because you don't have none. So just don't let them know your business, okay? If I'm not depending on you, you can't control me. Red flags. Please keep your eyes open for red flags. You know, you got your obvious red flags, but also keep an eye out for your deal breakers. And you want to use the education and knowledge that you have gained through your life experience to help you discern if this person is a match for you. But be aware of like manipulation tactics like the love bombing and the gaslighting, because that's going to be heavy in the beginning, especially that love bombing, because they're going to sweep you off your feet. And I remember feeling like that before. Like, oh my God, my friend said it looked like I had blue jays flying around my head like in the Disney movies, you know. And it switched. It wasn't a harsh, like he wasn't like a complete harsh narcissist, but it went from, oh, like I remember him saying that in the beginning. Now he was saying the reason I hadn't had a boyfriend because he felt like, oh, my house was a spot. Because I used to have get-togethers all the time. I was single, you know, young, you in your 20s, got my own place. Shoot, I was having get-togethers and stuff like that. And he made the comment, oh, that's probably why I hadn't had no boyfriend. I was like, well, to be honest, my get-togethers is more my college-based friends and coworkers. I've never invited a dude I talked to a kickback for them to feel that way. So that's that. And then after me and him started dating, he started saying that I ain't got no friends, you know, and he was the one that was in control of my happiness. So it's like that was a switch up. That was the gaslighting, because I did have friends. I had plenty of friends. I had a house full of friends, fool. But it's like he contradicted everything he told me in the beginning, y'all. Like, just everything. And then when I would say something, and it's just like, well, we're not together. Like, in the beginning, you tell me the love bombing was you telling me that you don't like sleeping around with different women, and when you find a girl you like, you just stick with her, and I'm believing that. And then you tell me you want to be monogamous. I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm like, okay, but is that a relationship? But I guess not. But okay, cool, monogamous, I guess that's on the path to a relationship. Then I find out you slept with my homegirl friend, and then when I confront you about it, your thing is, but we not together. And I'm like, but you said we was monogamous, but we not together, so you can't get mad. That's that gaslighting. So what did monogamous mean if you was gonna go sleep with other girls? Monogamous mean you didn't want me sleeping with other dudes. That's all that was. So please be mindful of the gaslighting. And when somebody switch it up, you like, I know this. That's not how it was in the beginning. It's not how it was in the beginning. And don't deal with somebody who's going to try to gaslight you, because it only gets worse from there. It's only going to go downhill. And so make sure y'all listen to the Live Narc Free series, so y'all can really get the in-depth lessons of, what to look out for and how to really be aware, because I have the narcissist abuse coach Joy on there, and so that's her profession. So she's really giving some tips, and we giving some real life examples of stuff we've been through. She talking about the narcissist in her life. I'm talking about relationships I've been through and how I was tricked and stuff like that. We talking about how you're never supposed to list out. If somebody asks you what you like and don't like, don't give them a list of things you like and don't like. Don't actually list it out and tell them. Just kind of be elusive, about it, because that's giving them the roadmap to play you. You showing them all the things not to do in your presence and all the things to do to win you over, to trick you. If they was going to do it, they going to do it regardless. Okay? And the thing about the love bombing, that's like the honeymoon phase. So that's the phase that's gonna get you hooked. Okay, that's the fun part. That's the best part. And it's like, how do you know if it's the honeymoon phase or if it's love bombing? So it's like, for me, I say, what kind of connection do y'all have? Think about it. Now, is it too good to be true, or is it just right? Because just right, I feel like that's the honeymoon phase. You know what I mean? But that too good to be true, like I said, it's a movie, it's an act. That is love bombing. You mirror me. You like everything I like. I'm perfect. I can't do no wrong. I'm on the highest pedestal the minute you met me. Come on now. Like, how am I this great when you don't know me? You don't know me like that yet. That is love bombing. Okay? And if you suspect love bombing, see what happens when you kind of resist how they, resist it and see how they respond. And what I mean by that is, so when I was talking to this guy, and we had been talking on the phone for like 2 months. So then he decided to come to Charlotte. We hung out a weekend. It was cool. He said he wanted to come back the next weekend to hang out again. I was like, it's cool. Came back. As we're hanging out, we on a date and stuff, and he tells me he done took off the next 4 weekends. So I was like, ding, 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 that's a red flag, because you didn't ask me. That was the first part of the red flag, is you didn't run that past me. Like, you're cool. I let you come back this weekend, and yeah, we've been talking for 2 months. But no, nobody said that you was going to get the next 4 weekends of my life. Like, I didn't. What? Wait a minute. So when he said it, I was like, oh, well, I wish you had ran that past me. I said, because I got plans the next 3 weekends. I had homecoming. I had something, my mama was coming. Like, I had plans. I was going to be out of town. And then so that 4th weekend, which was my free weekend, and it was his last free weekend, he wanted to come see me, and I was saying no, because I wanted to rest. I've been ripping and running the past like 7 weekends between you coming them 2 weekends and then my next 3. Like, I'm and it was some stuff before that. So I was like, this is my first weekend by myself in like 3 or 4 months. I don't want no company. And he just kept trying to insist that he needed to come. So I'm like, no. He was like, I just want to show you I need to be there for you. I just want to show you I can. I'm going to be there for you. And I was literally saying, I don't need nobody to be there for me. I'm not going through nothing. I'm just tired. I was like, I don't feel like getting dressed, entertaining, hosting. Like, I wanted to just lay in the bed, watch TV, watch what I want to watch, girl stuff or whatever, talk to my girls on the phone. I don't even know you like that to be laid up with you yet, and just, no, I don't want no company. And I shouldn't even have to explain it. Y'all, we went back and forth for 3 days. 3 days. And I really couldn't understand the fact that why you still trying to insist that I let you come. I'm saying so many times, so many different ways, I don't want company, and you're just trying to force it on me. It's because he was trying to still get them hooks in. I guess he thought I was going to slip away if he let me be away for a week. I don't know, but it's like, no, you are not fin to drown me with this dang on Morris chestnut affection, alright? It's already weird. I already got to talk about you to my homegirls. Like, it was given too much. It was just too much. It got to the point where, like, I don't even want to talk to you on all your breaks and stuff like that. Like, it was just too much. Y'all will know. You will know. And, whew. Yeah, it was just too much, And so that is it for this week's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Whole Lotta Woman Podcast. And I hope it helps you, with your dating process and your vetting process. Leave me a message and let me know some of these crazy dating stories y'all might have. Like I've said, the way these guys are asking women to be the man in the relationship pretty much and pay for the first date and all this kind of stuff and just put out on the first date, or you know what I mean? Like, I've just been hearing some crazy stories. So please leave me a voice note. Let me know if your hood stories, your scammer stories, anything. Leave me a review. Tune in Wednesday for Whole Lotta Woman of the Week so you can see who this week's highlight is going to be. If you want to be nominated to be Whole Lotta Woman of the Week, make sure you hit the link in the show notes. And always remember, beauty, brain, strength, and standards makes you a whole lot of woman.
I won't be defined, stars are aligned. What's for me is mine. I'm a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of. I've been refined, beauty's divine. All things in God's time. I'm a whole lot of woman. I'm a whole lot of woman. This for all my women, 'cause you're a whole lot of woman.